Okay, today I want to talk about how I keep my chores a little bit simpler. And I've been trying to add on little things to make my life easier on the homestead so I can take care of all the animals and the kids and get everything done that I have to get done without going crazy. So one of the things we added was a trough. Instead of filling up water every day, I can fill this up as needed. We have a solar panel that circulates a pump that helps circulate the water to keep mosquitoes from breeding in here. We also have 3 goldfish water lettuce. Will help as it grows. Hopefully it'll expand and we'll have more water lettuce eventually. As that expands, it'll help filter the water. We have water plants at the bottom as well that help contribute to the ecosystem. As you can see, I have my fence set up here. It's right next to my goat fencing is right next to my, hi pretty girl, to my duck fencing. Okay, friend. And right now my doe is not in milk, so I moved her milking stand over here. This year we're breeding her, and we're going to breed her again. That's a boy. He's not going to be bred. He's a wether. He does not have those powers. What I did is I added their loose mineral over here. Because I sandwiched this up against the wall, it won't come off. Before, when I was attaching it to these, they were getting it off, and screwing it in didn't really work very well for getting it off and cleaning it. So this has worked really well. The other thing I'm hoping it'll do is allow her and him to get used to being on this stand without it being something they're scared of. Because I want them to get used to this, so when she's being milked, you know, next year, after she has babies, she already knows the milking stand, but just so they'll be comfortable with the stand. And I also do all their nail clipping on the stand as well now. The other thing I did is I had these out in our shed with all our hay and everything. I decided to just shove this over here. This is a sealed container that has my loose mineral in it. It's an old animal cracker container. If you have goats, you know that Costco animal crackers are gold. And I keep some supplies in here, brushes, the hoof trimmers, and I can just reach them when I need them instead of being like, oh, I have to go back and forth, and you know, sometimes it's a little bit more hassle than it needs to be. We spend a lot of time on our fencing, and we keep fixing it and correcting what we're doing. I added a second post here to go to support this area for keeping them from getting around the trough. They are not going to go swim through the water. They don't like water. That won't be a problem. So I wanted to make sure there wasn't space on either side for them to squeeze out. And at some point when we have baby goats, I may need to add another piece of wood down here just to keep them from getting out. At this point, my goats aren't fitting. This fence, or this gate that I built, is all right. I'm going to put that over in my garden, which is going to need it at some point, and we're replacing it with this. This will allow the tractor to come in and out because I've been using wood chips for our bedding, and that pile over there that you could see is dirty bedding that I want to relocate into my garden as needed. So this will allow the tractor a straight shot. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set up extra posts, which I've already set up. As you can see, like, I'm trying to explain, like, we are trying to set this up as easy as possible. I have 3 kids. I have a blog, which is a really big full-time job some of the time. And a lot of the projects take tons and tons of time. And I want to be able to add other animals without feeling like I'm choking to death because I'm just so overwhelmed. So the idea is to make this as easy as possible. And I think every week I'm trying to tweak something else. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding our post to hold the gate, because the gate will hinge will be on this side, and then we'll have this other post will go horizontally as a support, and then this one will be in a hole as well. And those will be buried, you know, 2 feet or so down. And then this just gives it the extra support it needs to hold that up. And of course we'll have our welded, or I don't know if this is welded wire or, yeah, this is welded, not woven. This is welded wire. Yes, all right. We'll have that against it so they can't get through. Okay, so let me show you my next portion of my chores. Okay, so walking over here, you can see this is where our chicken coop is. This was already here when we moved in. So I'm just working with what we had. There's a peach tree here. I have no idea if this is safe for ducks, but it's not great for goats to have it hanging over. I need to cut some of these limbs. And at some point this tree may need to come down, but at the moment it's providing protection from hawks, and it's providing them shade, and it cools down the area a little bit more. So, oh nice. So I did plant a couple plants. This is hardy kiwi here. And I have some loofah growing here, which I think the ducks are probably eating the other side off from. Yes, someone's on the other side nibbling through this, which is why they're not growing very big. I should have planned that out better. Yes, we just got back from vacation, so I'm just checking out the damage here that happens when you're not here to supervise stupid stuff like that. Stuff I will lose my pet sitter if I suggest she helps with, because that's ridiculous. I know I'm ridiculous. Okay, so we've got a lot of woodworking stuff up here because we're still in the process of work. Here is our shed. Eventually I want to get the hay out of here. I have duck feed, scoop, guinea pig food, guinea pig bedding, guinea pig hay, which is a little different. I'll probably end up getting bales of this next time and get special bale savers. I've got fleece bedding for the guinea pig cage, which is my preference to use for most of the guinea pig cage. And then I have guinea pig supplies. Like I said, my goat supplies are in the goat shed for the most part. Goat hay and boxes is for my garden. Those should be getting out there in the next couple weeks if I get a chance, so they won't be in here anymore. And then I'm saving feed bags because I saw some cute ideas on Pinterest. So I've got a garbage can I'm keeping out here because that is the only way garbage ends up where it's supposed to be. All right, so I come out and do my chores in the morning or at night. Our ducks are inside right now because it's evening and I just put them in. We've got feed bucket that I use here. This white trough works in the morning. I put their feed in here, just spread it across. They eat. I fill up their water. The baby likes to help. He's 1.5. He likes to help fill them up. I circle these. I rotate them around in different spots. The pet sitter's been here, so I didn't have her moving them every day. I try to move them every day just to keep the poop spread out along all over their area. So we fill these up. I just emptied them tonight. And then I rotate them again to keep the poop from building up in one specific area. They have a small door on the other side I open. These are locked off and boarded down because there was issues with these. So these have to be rebuilt because the bottoms are kind of rotting out, and yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of wear and tear. So I close these off. These will get fixed at some point. We built our guinea pig, an outdoor guinea pig hutch that I'll have on my blog soon. This is to make our life easier. I can come do all our chores. We can hang out with the animals. My kids love hanging out here with the guinea pigs. And this makes it a lot easier than using the indoor hutch. We do not spend time inside. I wrote a whole post about safety of keeping guinea pigs outside. This thing is like Fort Knox. That thing is probably unnecessary, but I worry, so I put it there. So this is our guinea pig situation. We have 2 guinea pigs, little girls, and this comes up and down. It hooks up here so I can go ahead and keep it open while I am cleaning. They have fleece bedding for most of it, which I shake out in our compost pile that is shared at the corner of the duck coop. The reason you might want to do this is chicks and ducks will spread the compost a little bit and go through it and pick through it and kind of turn it for you. Saves you a little bit of time. It also allows me to take my fleece liners, I go shake them out in there. Not a big deal. Eventually I will turn that every once in a while, and eventually that'll get used in my garden once it's broken down. Guinea pig poop is awesome. Goat poop is awesome. Duck poop is awesome. None of these, I don't think guinea pig poop needs to be broken down like chicken poop. So any of those could probably go directly in, but the food and vegetables that I put in the compost pile do need to be broken down, so I give them something to work with. Again, I just cleaned this today. I just pretty much picked up the liners and moved them over there and brushed them off. It doesn't matter if a little poop gets in the bottom, it's not a big deal because it's on my ground, no big deal. So I didn't replace these yet because they're not really wet. This one's a little dirty, I probably need to replace this, but I have a bunch of clean liners sitting in the, hi friends, I have a bunch of clean liners sitting inside the shed for them when they're needed. I keep, since they've been outside and with the heat, it's been in the 90s quite a few days, so they spend a lot of time down below. And I have chicken waters that I'm using to give them water. The water's been staying pretty cool down there because it's in the shade. In the afternoon, this all gets shade from, I don't know if it's from, because the sun's coming in that direction, or if it's from the peach tree or what, but whatever it is, this is all shady in the hottest part of the day. And in the morning, it does get some sun down there, which is nice because I'm hoping to grow grass down there. But regardless, the water doesn't get too hot and I can fill this every couple days and it stays pretty clean. So that makes my chores a lot easier. And I can pull this open and scrape it clean. I could put down bedding if I wanted in there. Like I said, I'm trying to grow grass, yeah, that's pretty much the extent of it right now. This gate's got to come down. I was using this to help teach the ducks to go up the ramp. They're only 8 weeks old, not even 8 weeks probably. So we're still working on getting them in the house at night. Almost all of them were in today before I even got out here, which is awesome. So we're building this lean-to. We're waiting for, we've been working on refinancing our mortgage, or our home, just because the mortgage rates went down. And we really need to buy the paneling for this and to re-roof our shed. But eventually this will be an area for me to store animal feed or other supplies that we need. I really want to keep the hay separate just for safety reasons. Although, I don't know, we don't really store so much hay that it's probably a huge risk to have a fire from it. But we do need places to store things, and that'll add extra storage for us. Again, that's my chores list, and that's one of the things we've done to make things easier, is just to kind of strategize where we put everything. The only thing that I need to fix is we have our spigots all the way over there, and we usually keep a hose running over here to make my life easier in the morning. The problem is when we mow, I have to move it back and forth. We need to run wire or pipe underneath the ground and put a spigot that's frost-free over here so I can water everyone every day. That's a project for later. So, you know, we're doing everything we can. We just moved here in November. It's July now, and we have kids, and we did a lot of commuting this year and had a lot going on. So hoping to get all of it taken care of as soon as possible, but so far we're pretty proud of where we've gotten and how we've kind of reduced our chore load by fixing things, you know, as they go along slowly as we add animals or tasks to our day. So, and the guinea pig cage has been huge, to be honest. It's been such a help to have it out here. Alright, well, I hope that helps someone in terms of planning out your own layout. Right now we're still trying to think about where we're going to build a horse barn. I want to set up a track system for horses that will go down back around here and go around, and they'll go behind some woods. It's going to be really cool. There's a whole book on track systems for horses and why they can be healthier for them. But I've got to figure out how I can make it all loop around, because I do want the barn to be somewhat close to here so I can do all my chores. Again, I want to keep my chores streamlined. I do not want extra work. I don't have the ability to do it all. I want to be smart about how we lay everything out. That's my garden over there, and my neighbors. My neighbors are on the other side. They have horses too. Yeah. Anyways, that's that. Excuse all the wood. Goodness. Alrighty. Have fun, guys.